We move on now with our next keynote. This is with Tanya Jain, Head of UK Enterprise Business Development at Amazon Freight. Our topic is Delivering Tomorrow, Amazon Freight's Sustainable Transportation Ecosystem. A warm welcome for Tanya, please.
Hi all, good morning. I hope I'm reasonably audible. I'm Tanya Jain, a supply chain enthusiast, and it's an honor for me to be a part of this incredible event and share our thoughts on supply chain and sustainability. A bit about myself, I have been with Amazon and Amazon Freight for the last 5 years, leading the commercial development across UK and Europe, and I have been absolutely amazed at the speed and at the innovation Amazon had been driving sustainable transportation. If I talk about sustainability as well as supply chain challenges, I think these two keywords are very, very personally and professionally inclined towards me. Supply chain challenges, on a personal level, I realized when during COVID times, in all the supermarkets, we were stock out on key essentials like flour, rice, oil, and ironically, even toilet paper. Professionally, we realized it when around 200 of our trucks got stuck at the UK-Europe border in 2020 during the times of Brexit, and we did not know how to move ahead because the policies were not clear. And when it comes to sustainability, again, it's a personal endeavor. We all want to leave a greener planet for our coming generations. And on a corporate side, there have been multitudes of innovation and elements which Amazon Freight introduced on the transportation front to make the planet green, reduce carbon emissions by investing heavily in the infrastructure and the logistics space. And today, in the next 20-25 minutes, I will take you through the journey of not only Amazon Freight, but myself as well, how Amazon delivered this, pioneering it, and what our future looks like. If I can go to the next slide, please. Should I take this one? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, I think no presentation can start without the challenges. Challenges are common, be it yours, be it ours. We are all in the transportation industry, and these three challenges we breathe in and out almost on a daily basis. Cost dynamics, not only on the supply chain front, but also on the commercial front, they have been going up and down due to multitude of factors, which we'll dial in just the next slide. Operational performance rising needs. I think everyone wants the best service at the cheapest cost at the best performance level. But is it possible to deliver? Probably the answer is yes, because Amazon has done it. We have never disappointed through our Amazon Prime Day deliveries to you. I really doubt if ever Amazon Prime delivery failed as per the promised date. Our fastest delivery last year was 29 minutes, 5 seconds. That was a record which we made, and that was to a last mile B2C customer. And third one, my personal favorite, I want to really work towards a greener planet, and sustainability lies at the core of transportation for Amazon right now. I think we have already delivered the background, the baseline on a road transportation, but now we are trying different elements on the challenging front, and how do we navigate those? So let's deep dive onto the cost dynamics. The first part, the fuel cost. The fuel makes up nearly 25 to 30% of your truck. Now imagine you have quoted a price, you have given a commitment for 2 years to your customers, and this 30% component changes because of the geopolitical conflicts. We all have gone through the Ukraine-Russian war, and we have seen the price of diesel changing from 98 pence to 1.7 pounds. Not only professionally, personally also it hit us. Fuel became an unaffordable part at certain point of our juncture. Driver shortage. I don't think so we are at the stage that we can think about autonomous trucks or self-driving trucks at this moment. We still need humans to drive these trucks. Do we have enough of those? Let me share some facts with you. 33% of the drivers in Europe are about to get retired in 2026. Are we in a position that we can actually recruit 33% more drivers overnight? But this is where the interesting challenge and the solution comes in, where Amazon launched Amazon Freight program. And I think onus lies on us to make this profession more lucrative, more viable for our youngsters to take. Another interesting data point. Do you know only 7% of the drivers are under 25 years of age? That means majority are towards the larger part of the segment, which will eventually retire. And even more astonishing fact is 3% of this comes as a female population. So absolutely no female is actually taking up driver as an occupation. It's that non-lucrative at this stage. Fourth one being EU regulations, which I personally like because these are important. The rest breaks are important for the drivers. The conditions, the professional conditions which Europe government has entailed, these are important to ensure that the well-being of the drivers is taken into consideration. And the macroeconomic conditions. I think everyone has seen the inflation cost. In December, it was 2.5% in UK. Now we are at 3%. I think everyone is realizing that burden. During COVID times, it reached from 2% to 11%. It was the highest inflation we all experienced in the last 41 years. Macroeconomic conditions play a very, very important, challenging part in the supply chain. Now, if we see the trends, I'll really divide my focus on long haul and short haul. Long haul, yes, everyone is experimenting right now intermodal, be it rail, be it sea transportation. It's fabulous, I would say. It gives 20% cost reduction and 50% lesser carbon emissions. But it comes with its own challenges. We need to match the timings of the sea freight, the train freight. Now think at the back end what happens to a corporate-like situation. They have to match their warehousing operating hours. They have to ensure that operationally the work staff is available. We have to ensure that the drivers adhere to these kind of driving hours. And not to mention, they come at an additional transit times. So probably what could have been on a road truck now is going on a sea and rail for an extended transit time because we have to match multitudes of parameters. Now coming on to the electric vehicle, it's fantastic. Everyone wants to have it. But do we have money for it? I doubt. It comes at a very heavy capital cost. Capital cost into two parts. One thing is the upfront cost of investing into an electric vehicle. And second one, on the charging infrastructure. When it comes to the upfront cost on the vehicle itself, I believe large corporates like Amazon and the likes of ours can invest into it. But probably it's not that favorable for the small and medium enterprises, the small and medium businesses, especially on the logistics front. And third one being the cost of technology. Again, it comes at a cost. It is an expensive affair. How much we can go ahead with is what we'll take you through. Now on the operational performance, the stats you see are Amazon Freight because we ran a survey to really understand what our customers want. So the first one, on-time pickup and delivery, I think it's a no-brainer. Everyone wants that. We cannot afford a delayed shipment. It results into different other issues across the supply chain because there are multiple parties involved in that phase. And the lead times. Everyone expects immediate pickup. Is that possible? I think in middle mile, 24 hours has become a minimal expectation. 44% of our shippers said that, yes, we want a truck with at least 24 hours of lead time. We cannot go beyond that. And fortunately, that's how Amazon Freight service is now enabled. If I tell you about India, the country where I come from, the expectations are mind-blowing. Indian consumers, B2C consumers, now expect the delivery within 10 minutes. Last year, I was in India, and we were running out of some supplies, and my 65-year-old father opened an app and conveniently placed an essential order, and the order was delivered at my doorsteps in 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the delivery timeline we are talking about, and that too in a growing economy. We are a developed nation here. That world is coming soon, and we need to ensure that we are prepared for it. But yes, 24 hours is what we are dealing at this moment of time. Now coming on to the e-commerce growth. Everyone wants fast delivery, as I mentioned, but also the visibility and the geo-tracking space. Everyone wants to know where my shipment is at all point of time. Sometimes even if my shipment is about to get delivered, I really need to know, is there a faster way I can get it delivered? 61% of Amazon Freight shippers said that they really believe in having this transparency across their shipment type, be it middle mile, be it last mile. And last one, a classic statement, everyone wants a one-stop solution. Be it full truckload, be it less than truckload, be it multimodal, the shipper, the big corporates, they want the power in their hand to choose the option, do I need an electric truck? Do I need a rail? Do I need sea? Do I need full truckload on one platform? 27% of our FTL shippers are convinced that this is a growing necessity for that, and Amazon Freight definitely should look into unifying the entire solution. Another important fact now on sustainability. 15% of the transportation in Europe is on empty miles. So imagine 15% of the trucks are on the road without any goods. They are wasting the same amount of fuel probably and complementing to the carbon emission generation there. This phenomena is more centralized towards Central and Eastern Europe, gets lower towards Western Europe. But this is a serious problem. If there are empty miles, that means the demand is missing, which needs to be fulfilled. And this is where Amazon Freight solution has been built. The problem we are tackling is to reduce the empty miles available by adding further capacity wherever the demand lies in. So actually, let's move on to Amazon Freight. We have understood there is a world of big challenges, but what we are doing now? First thing, we are investing into electric vehicles. I think this is the moment of pride for every Amazonian. We placed the highest order for electric vehicles this year, 150 Daimler electric trucks, which are supposed to be delivered towards the end of the year in UK. That really bolsters our electric infrastructure, which we want to enable for internal and external shippers. Coming on to the infrastructure, the charging infrastructure right now does not exist at the scale at which we want to grow. But can we wait for that? I think the answer is no. We are today right now at 2 fulfillment centers where the charging infrastructure is available, but by July, we will be enabling it in UK towards 14 fulfillment centers. That helps us in mapping out the geography really well, ensuring operationally and sustainably we are able to deliver the goods. And lastly, the integration of multimodal transportation. We are towards a world where a combination of transportation is required. We cannot deliver only on road or only on rail or only on sea. If there is a requirement, we try to combine all 3 or at least 2 modes of transportation to deliver the best benefit to our customers. So how we started, I think around 10 years back is when Amazon decided to externalize this transportation arm of ours. And it started with a very basic service on middle mile. We'll provide full truckload to anyone who needs it, a large corporate, an SMB customer, or even a mass customer. If you require a truck to move from point A to point B, we have the truck and we'll provide you. I think traditionally we did a great job there, but now where we are. I think now our focus for last 2.5 years has been more on sustainability. We have been doing the road transportation now. We are complementing it with the rail and the sea network. On the rail part, now we have nearly 80 connection points across UK and Europe. And on the sea part, we have 170 connection points. All our Amazon fulfillment centers are electrified. They are they're matched with a complete electrical resource, renewable energy resource. We are globally the largest purchaser of renewable sources of energy. And I think I already mentioned about electric vehicles. Last year in April, we rolled out our first electric vehicle for external usage for our shippers. We are trialing it out in Germany. We are also investing not only on electric vehicles through electric infrastructure, but with Daimler, we are in the top 5 suppliers for them to trial out hydrogen trucks. And then the third one being machine learning and analytics. Data is core for Amazon. How to use it in the best possible way to avoid disruptions, to understand where the next demand is coming in, is where the beauty lies in. We are heavily going to invest on machine learning and advanced analytics. On sustainability, where our ambition has been that we'll beat the climate change pledge by 10 years by being net zero by 2040. And we are planning to achieve 50% of it by 2030. The next step on machine learning takes us to the next level of 2040. Our infrastructure is built in a way that we are trying to match the supply which is coming not only on road, but also on intermodal options, and mapping it with the infrastructure we are available and where that capacity needs to be built in. We are doing heavy investments on API integrations, TMS integrations. We understand everyone wants a transparent solution. So on Sixfold, Transporion, BlueJay, FourKites, CargoClicks, you name it, we have a dedicated arm which works only on integrations to ensure that your demand is matched very well with our supply, and you can definitely see it in the most transparent way. And on sustainability tracking, I think this is our next step. Everyone wants to see how much have they saved, how can they reflect it on their annual reports, how robust that system can be. It cannot be Excel-based anymore. It really requires a tool-based reporting tool mechanism which needs to be enabled. So Amazon is also going pretty high on that. And now the baseline. How we are right now, where do we stand today? Reliability. Our on-time performance metrics are 95 to 98% on full truckload and less than truckload for middle mile. The way I said that our expectation is the way Amazon Prime delivery never fails, that's the service which we want to give it to our shippers so that you can sell that service to your end customers. We provide minimum 24 hours of lead time so that you can plan your supply chain in the most efficient way. Frictionless. I think this is my absolute favorite. If you have never logged on to Amazon Freight website, I would encourage you to do that. The website is made in a way that we have made truck booking easier than a cab booking. Maybe it takes more time to book a cab for yourself, but now if you want to book a truck, it's my guarantee, it won't take you more than 40 seconds. It's 11 a.m. now, you can trial it out. You will have a truck tomorrow available at 12 p.m. at your doorsteps. That's the technology we are enabling to provide one of the most complex solutions in the most easiest way. On customer support, I think anecdotally we heard that people struggle to find who's sitting behind Amazon. Is it robots or do humans exist? Amazon Freight is a service where humans do exist. Our service is 24/7 by 365, and humans like me are thoroughly available on commercial as well as operations to help you out with each and every shipment. We provide dedicated support. You have a dedicated hotline number. And more than you reaching out to us during time of disruptions, it would be us ringing to you that, okay, there is a disruption happening and this is the way we are going to handle it. So our proactiveness on disruption handling is one of the most acclaimed service which our shippers tell us about. And complementing that by driving sustainability. I touched upon the empty miles part. The service is made in a way that we are trying to reduce our empty miles with the demand you are giving. Matching the demand and supply here to reduce the empty miles running in the entire geography. We proactively match the demand you have given us. Can it go on intermodal option? And what does it take commercially as well as operationally? And we discuss with you. If you think that the proposal is good enough, we actually proactively change you to the intermodal option and start telling you about the carbon emission savings you can actually entail. And I think nothing can beat till the time you actually hear a customer telling a story about us. Newell Brands. Probably the pens which you're writing might be coming from them. Sharpie, Reynolds, they are the ones. The candles which we use at our homes, Yankee candles, they come from Nibble brands. Many of us might be having kids, so all the prams, baby seats, they come from them. They are one of our largest enterprise customers who have been leveraging us across different geographies in UK and Europe. And I'm very thrilled to say that the partnership has only gone further up with different initiatives we have been taking. So currently we are the end-to-end inbound transportation provider to many of their subsidiaries across UK and Europe. The engagement started nearly 2 to 3 years back. They loved the service so much that they actually awarded us as the Carrier of the Year last year towards the end. They were the pioneer to trust us on sustainability aspect. We proactively reached out to them that we see many of your lanes are actually a very good fit to our rail network. Do you want to try it out? Maybe things can go wrong, but this is where the partnership angle comes in, and they gave us the confidence that yes, let's do it. They were the first one who go on our rail network, and the results were fantastic. We were able to see at least 50% reduction of carbon emission savings across their rail network, across the lanes which they provided to us. Overall, our on-time performance has been pretty good, 95 to 98%, 95% on full truckloads, 98% on less than truckloads. And I think this is where the biggest reduction for them comes in million euros. They face a lot of penalties in general when they are delivering to their customers. Amazon being a customer for themselves because they inbound to us. And if a vendor doesn't inbound on time, we charge heavily to them. So they were struggling with that. On non-Amazon side as well, people face penalties because of any defects which are resulted in the supply chain. And this is where the advantage came in. Amazon Freight was able to understand the value proposition which we can bring in towards the penalties which they were incurring. And you can see from 4%, we brought it down to almost 0% in just 1 year. And we are talking about really millions of money here, which they were incurring because of reducing the defect ratio, ensuring on-time performance, on-time delivery, even giving them the guidance on how to package your products to make the maximum out of the supply chain. And across this, now the partnership is more evolving, including more subsidiaries under our umbrella. I think that's nearly it from my side, where I wanted to end with a good success story, how people have been trusting on us. But I'm happy to take any questions. I know it's a very challenging economic situation as well as supply chain solution, but we are happy to support, see how we can enable through our technology platform, our intermodal solutions, our electric vehicle solutions. So feel free to ask any questions, and we have all these people available towards the entire 2 days of time to support you with any queries. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Do we have any immediate questions from the room? We do. I will come to you with a microphone. Bear with me. Feel free to get a book running if anyone is a betting individual about how long it will take for me to fall down those steps with the microphone. It has happened before. It will happen again.
Thank you so much. It was really informative for us and really inspiring how you help other companies for their Scope 3, I believe. And I would like to ask you, what is your biggest challenge for Amazon Freight as Scope 3? Because as you're helping other companies with greener solutions, and how about you, your challenges? What are your expectations from your own suppliers?
Yeah, certainly. I think a very good question. Overall, from our suppliers, I can really bifurcate into multiple segments. For example, from packaging, that's where the world starts for Amazon. We have been heavily investing into recycle packaging processes. All our suppliers need to adhere to some norms where we know that the paper which they're providing us has the recyclable properties enabled. There are different accreditations which we provide to our suppliers, especially on that part. When it comes to vendors who actually inbound the goods to them, we as Amazon Freight partner ensure that they are able to qualify more sustainable solutions when they are actually inbounding. So our vendor management team definitely looks into the different modes of transportation they will be using to inbound on time. If that can be paired with this network, that puts them at a strategic front, even to drive multiple kind of negotiations, because ultimately we will be working towards one goal. And third part is also on Global Mile. We are supporting our vendors, especially the Asian vendors, where we see a majority of our dependency lying in through our Global Mile network, where sea transportation becomes very, 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 very crucial for them. Be it the China market, be it the Indian or the South Asian market, we have been investing on providing them our container solutions, so their headache remains only on ensuring that the products are ready, but all the transportation is handled by Global Mile, which the benefit gets passed on to the sellers. Hope that answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that question. I'll just go to our virtual audience as well. Your questions come straight through to me here. This one, Tanya, I'm not sure how much influence you have on this particular area, but I'll put the question as well. It's from Michael Stephen. Hello, Michael. He's asking about the impact on sustainability on returned goods and how Amazon is addressing that. How much does that fall under your sphere of influence?
It doesn't fall under my scope, but I can throw some light definitely on that. Return goods, our policy is to consolidate as much as possible. First of all, at least for Amazon Prime shipments, what we do is we provide mostly free return goods policy. That's not enabled for non-prime customers. So first point is to discourage that. The second point is if you're an Amazon Prime customer, we try to consolidate as much as possible. You would have been seeing for last 1.5 years, we have been partnering with Royal Mail, where they can actually come to your doorsteps and collect the goods. The background of this was to ensure that how much can we consolidate, because that person is already coming to deliver towards you, that the same person and the same supply chain logistics arm we can use now to collect it. It all goes through the same sort center from where the goods are actually transported to B2C customer. And then they're transported back to the original fulfillment centers, which are spread across. So we have been trying to bring efficiencies towards that. All our fleet is already majorly electric vehicles. So every return parcel also goes via the electric vehicle mechanism. We have also enabled, especially for parcel shipments, now electric bikes. You might have already seen it in the UK market, but yes, we have heavily invested in electric bikes, and even they are a part of the return shipments program now.
Okay, Tanya, thank you very much. Indeed, you've covered an extraordinary amount in sort of 25 minutes, so thank you very much. Just a brief bit of housekeeping before we thank Tanya. The workshop for Schneider Electric is beginning on floor 2, so if that's on your agenda for today, that's on floor 2 starting now. We'll have our panel, the Scope 3 strategy panel, in just a few moments, but for now, our thanks to Tanya Jain from Amazon Freight. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you all for being such a lovely audience. Thank you.